The first season of The Rings of Power, Amazon's eagerly anticipated Lord of the Rings adaptation, has concluded. The fantasy drama, which was divided into 8 parts, transported viewers to Middle-earth many years before the events of The Lord of the Rings, where they encountered both familiar and new characters. The Rings of Power fans can finally exhale a sigh of relief. The second season of their favorite fantasy show has already been ordered. Even better, production has already begun. Here's everything you need to know about The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Season 2. The Rings of Power Season 2 release date. No release date has been set for The Rings of Power Season 2. The show's next installment, however, is already in the works, as Amazon confirmed during the Rings of Power's New York Comic-Con 2022 panel. Season 1 took 18 months to film, and while the COVID-19 pandemic was most likely a factor, the high production values were also a consideration. Jennifer Salk, head of Amazon Studios, told Esquire that the team wants to get Season 2 out into the world as soon as we can. So it's likely that Season 2 won't take as long to film, but there'll be a lengthy post-production phase and potential reshoots once everything has been filmed. However, in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, showrunner Patrick McKay speculated that the next season might take a couple of years to complete. Season 2 of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, will most likely be released in 2024. The Rings of Power Season 2 cast. We expect to see a return based on Season 1's ending. Charlie Vickers as Sauron, Morfydd Clark as Galadriel, and Robert Aramayo as Elrond. Benjamin Walker as High King Gil-galad, Charles Edwards as Celebrimbor, and Ismael Cruz Cordova as Arendar. Nazane Boniadi as Bronwyn, Sophia Nomvit as Dissa, Cynthia Adai Robinson as Muriel. It's unclear whether we'll see the rest of the Harfoot community again, as Poppy Proudfellow, Megan Richards, and the Brandyfoot clan part ways with Nori, who is bound on an adventure with the stranger. Even if they don't return next season, expect them to return in the future. The Rings of Power Season 2 plot. The second season of The Rings of Power will continue several plot threads. Firstly, the threat of Sauron remains, as does that of Adar and his orcs in Mordor. The future stability and existence of Numenor, as well as the stranger's quest to run with Nori Brandyfoot by his side, remain critical issues. The future of elves, dwarves, and Harfoots is also crucial, but the main thread will be the uses and creations of the Rings of Power. Speaking to RadioTimes.com and other press, McKay said, "Why would elves need rings? Why would they want rings? Why would this guy have an offer that would be tempting for them?" Is very much what the entire first season is sort of building to. The first conversations about the show revolved around the idea of Galadriel on one journey, looking for a military solution to the darkness in Middle-earth, and Elrond on another journey going to Moria and trying to make an alliance that would be a solution to Middle-earth. And then, in the end, they would both fail and come together, and someone would be there to say, "I know a third way." And so, the first season is about the Elven Rings. The second season is very much about more rings. The song at the end of Season 1, by Fiona Apple, which is like Crazy Dream Come True, suggests there's 3, then there's 7. Why would the dwarves be desperate for rings? And how do they get seduced? And how do they get fooled? And then men is an even more complex story. There are 9 leaders of men who want power, and so each of those rings and the forging of them is not just like, now the magic thing got made, but a story to be told. And I think there are other stories to be told as well, but certainly, we've kicked it off and next season is gonna go deeper into it. Meanwhile, where does Sauron fit into the next season now his ruse as Halbrand has been exposed to Galadriel? Actor Charlie Vickers told RadioTimes.com, "So I know where the next season is going. But obviously, I can't discuss that." However, he did tease of Sauron's relationship with Adar. But it's certainly something that I was eager to discover and like things we've learned about as we've begun the second season. But there is a rich history there between the two of them. And I think that you see that in the 6th episode. You see that there's something complex and some kind of, a long-standing relationship there, which I think will be really interesting to watch unfold as the show goes on. So that's for today. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell to receive future updates.